Where's Robin? No, the Robin who fell. Is the Robin who fell just went out? She's right outside the door. I wanted you to know and see that she is fine. She is fine. She also said over lunch, thank you for all the cleaning, because she didn't even have a headache. She has a couple Band-Aids on her. And here she is walking in right now as I was talking about you. All is well?
All is well. Thank you.
You're welcome. How many are going to come to the meditation that I'm doing 9 a.m. tomorrow morning? Wow, I didn't know it. I guess I have to show up then. I was planning on sleeping in. Okay, well, as I understand it, the meditation is at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, where we had our breakfast lunch just now, so it's upstairs in that room. It will not be taped. It will not be filmed. It's just an intimate moment for us to sit in a circle, and I will guide you through an inspired meditation, which means I have no idea what I'm doing until tomorrow morning at 9. It'll be inspired. Now, there's something that I want you to really get here, because I've been hearing it come up in conversation, and I've been hearing it in other places, and I know Dr. Hulen has heard it in other places. It's the idea of who should be doing the cleaning. So if we're taking 100% responsibility for our lives, now please hear me. I know we've said this a bunch of times, but to really grasp this, you really have to listen to this. When you take 100% responsibility, and somebody walks up to you and says they're having a problem with something, what do most people that are even in this seminar say? No, they say, you should clean on that. You should clean on that. In reality, based on what we've learned here, who should clean on that? Yeah. In many ways, when they come up and say they have a problem, you almost have nothing to say. Because what your job is to do at that point is to clean on that. You don't say, you should clean on that. You take it in and realize that there's data playing, because it's playing in your face. Some of that data is playing within you. And so you are to clean on that. As you clean on that, that other person will feel relief. This is actually the essence of my Miracles coaching program. And there's some papers that have been passed around that will tell you some of that. And I will have Anya a little later tell you, before one of the breaks, explain what that's all about. But I really want you to get this idea, this truth, that 100% responsibility means 100% responsibility. When I was recording my brand new Nightingale Conant program called The Missing Secret, that's coming out this week, I think, when I was recording it, there was a woman that was one of the engineers on the inside of the studio, and she said, you know, 100% responsibility and zero limits, and as I was describing it, actually means 150% responsibility. She says, because I'm taking responsibility for everything that I'm doing and saying and thinking and feeling and believing, but I'm also taking responsibility for everything you're doing, saying, believing, and feeling. And there's some truth to that. You know, that's her way of explaining it. But the point is, 100% responsibility, truly 100% responsibility, means there's nothing out there. You experience all of it inside you. So if anybody comes to you with a problem, you clean on it. Now let me extend the clarification of this. I was very curious that he works, or did work, as a therapist. And I thought, if he's just cleaning, what does he say to people? So in other words, if you called him up, if you booked a time with him, and you're going to have an hour with him, and you sit in front of him, and if really he's following this 100% responsibility, he should have nothing to say. So I was very curious. I said, what are you saying to people? And he says, I just ask them questions. Well, what kind of questions? He says, I just want to know their data. I want to know their history. I want to know their name. Like you said earlier, I want to know their address. I want to know what their story is. And all he is doing as he listens to that is using it as an anchor to keep a conversation going so that people feel good about paying him. There's actually a conversation happening. But what he's doing on his internal level is cleaning. Very often when somebody's coming up to me and they say that they have something going on, yes, I can tell them, go read Zero Limits, go rent the movie, go do this, go do that, you know. But what I end up doing as I listen to them is cleaning in me. As I'm cleaning, more often than not, that I notice, they seem to be relieved. Why? Because the shared data that came up was being erased. Now let me tell you how this even gets more extended. Somebody I had lunch with, and I forget where she went, had this idea for a children's book. Where is she? She's from, there she is right there. She had an idea. I'm not going to tell the idea because I don't know what the whole thing is, so I'm not giving away anything. She had an idea for a children's book, and she said, it's just kind of bubbling up. And I'm thinking, that's inspiration. And I pointed it out. That sounds like inspiration. Follow through on that. And she said, I want to write this children's book so all of these people, everybody can learn about this. And I just felt this inspiration come through to say, no, you write the children's book for you. You write the children's book, actually, in this case, addressed to your inner child. As you write that book for your inner child, and you bring peace to your inner child through this book, you will then open up an avenue where some publisher has got to pick it up, and everybody will probably want it. That's when he was referring to, Dr. Hulen was referring to how you make money doing this. You're not focusing on making money. You're focusing on cleaning, 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 so that as you clean, inspiration comes. You're doing it for you. She got it. I saw there was chills going up and down your spine, right? You said that. Light went off over her head. She really understood that you write it for yourself. As you write it for yourself, something will open up, and others will say, I want that too. But you don't do it for that. You do it to take 100% responsibility for everything. No exceptions. He has openly told me how hard that is to do. He's been doing this for 25 years. And very often, there's this built-in data impulse that wants to blame somebody else, even in him. So it's still got a surface, and you still just keep cleaning. But I wanted to remind you that when somebody says they have something going on, whatever it happens to be, that something is going on in you. Where you cleanse is in you. Anya, do you feel like talking about the way this works right now?
I do actually, and I'd actually like to have Lee speak to it.
Okay.
She's my senior coach, and she's the one.
I understand. Bruce, would you mind handing the...
I need to make one more announcement.
Yep.
E. Haleakala has requested that all its cell phones be turned off, please. Thank you.
Well, now I'm torn. I don't know whether to turn off my cell phone or speak.
Speak, I'll handle your phone.
Thank you. You want me to do it from here or go up there?
You can come up here. Come
Okay.
on up here.
Okay, great.
Lee is one of the coaches in my Miracles coaching program, and she can explain a little bit about this.
Okay. So, hi. Hi. It's great to see all you guys from this side. When you came in this morning, you saw there's a couple sheets of paper, and I question whether my just telling you about the program is as valuable as asking you if you have any questions. I can tell you a little bit about it, how it plays out, what are the different aspects of it. Mostly it's really just supporting you to have miracles in your life and to create the future from nothing. And pretty much everything we've talked about today is about erasing the past and clearing memories and creating the future. And that's really what we work on when we talk with you. So how many of you have read through the documents on the table? Spend any time with it? Okay. Well, we have a couple different programs. We have Miracles one-on-one coaching, and that's exactly what it is. It's us speaking to you over the phone, one-on-one. It continues for a 3-month period or a 6-month period, depending on what you like doing, whatever works for you. Most people, if they sign up for 3 months, it continues for 6 months because they love it. It makes a difference for them. So we usually have people that sign up for the 3 months go into the 6-month program. We speak to you every week, 3 weeks in a row, and you have 1 week off. And really, everything I'm telling you right now is they're features of the program. They're really not what you get out of it. What you get out of it is really being present, creating your future from your passion, from what really makes a difference for you. A lot of people come to the program looking for what's next in their life, like they've had a great life, but now what? And the opportunity to work with a coach is really what makes the biggest difference for them. I don't know how many of you have ever participated in sports or had a coach in your other areas of your life. But the opportunity of working with a coach is that we are kind of on the sidelines while you're out on the playing field of life. And when you get stuck, sometimes you're in it and you can't see what's going on in your life. When you come back to the stands, we can say, this is what I observed. We can ask the appropriate questions that you can then see, oh, yeah, I could have done this, or I could have seen something differently. And then you get to go out and play on the field of life again. And so we give you that kind of feedback. The second program, which is group coaching, is an opportunity to be in a program with several other people, anywhere from 10 to 30 people. And it's the same kind of program. You have the same information. It occurs over 3 months. And you have the opportunity to be in a community group online as well. So you get support from the other people in the group. You don't have one-on-one coaching, but it's still the same content. So it really depends on where you are and what you want to get out of the coaching. Then the third program we have is Zero Limits, and that's a 3-month program, and it occurs in the same kind of format. It's a group format only, and we look at Ho'oponopono, and Robin would be a great person to talk to about that, because that's actually one of the programs that she leads. So I'd like to just take a few minutes if you have any questions. If you're sitting there thinking, gosh, this is something I might like to do, but I'm not sure if it's appropriate for me, I'd be glad to answer any questions that you have.
You know, before we do that,
Yeah.
great to hear. We have a couple clients in the room. They'd be willing to speak about their experience. That would be great.
Absolutely. Steve, you interested? This is Steve Little. He's been a client of ours for quite some time, a year. He's my personal client, and it's just been a joy to work with him, and I'd like for him to tell you a little bit about what he's gotten out of the program.
I got to talk about what I got out of it. No, well, let me just say that it's an extraordinary program, and they're extraordinary people, and you will get extraordinary results. That's really all I can say. I think Lee's analogy is a great one. If you think about athletes, you know, every athlete can work out, but to be a champion athlete, you need a coach. So to be a champion in your life, you need a coach. And the things that this group has done with me and for me, I might say, are pretty extraordinary. You didn't know me a year ago, so you don't have any idea who I was. But I wasn't who I am. Okay. And it's just a fabulous experience, and I'd recommend everybody just do it. Don't ask yourself, just do it. We're now beyond the end of the program. I was telling Joe this morning, and I'm not stopping, so we're carving new territory together, but I'm not going to stop, so you should start.
Thanks a lot.